Hey everyone, Rob Balasabas here. Really excited to be here with you guys for another episode of Creators Corner here at TubeBuddy. And I've got a really special guest today. We're going to be talking to Annie Dubé, and she has absolutely crushed it on YouTube in the last year. She's gone from 2,000 subscribers to now over 40,000 subscribers. And so we're going to be talking to her. We're going to be picking her brain about how she went about this, how she's built an awesome community, just a really engaged, loyal community. And so I'm going to be bringing her on here in just 2 seconds. Let me get all my screens up here. Hey, Annie, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, good. Really excited to have you here.
Yeah.
Before we get started, why don't you say hello to everyone out there in the TubeBuddy world? Say hello, let people know who you are and what you do.
Sure. Hey guys, so like Rob said, my name is Annie. I run a YouTube channel where I basically give you guys everything I've learned about growth on YouTube and SEO, search engine optimization, basically how the YouTube algorithm works and how to manipulate it to help you grow your channel, and basically just everything in my brain about YouTube growth and things that nobody really told me when I first got started and things that I want people to know so they don't waste a year like I did not growing. So yeah, that's basically what I do over on my channel.
Awesome, awesome. Sounds good. Okay, well, we're going to be getting into Q&A. So guys, if you guys are here live, even if you're here for the replay as well, then make sure to leave your questions in the comments. We're going to make sure we answer them for you. We're going to get Annie to answer them for you as well. And so really awesome. So yeah, make sure you ask your questions, because I know there's a lot of us out there that are trying to grow our channels. And there's always that, I think, you're always hitting some type of plateau or some type of like, man, I can't get past this this milestone or whatever it is. And so let us know what that is in the chat, and we'll hopefully give you guys some inspiration, some ideas to kind of get past that. So Annie, my first question to you is, how did you even get into YouTube? Like, how do you get into it? Like, what was the thing that made you think like, maybe I'm gonna start building a channel on YouTube?
So it's something I always wanted to start all throughout high school and never really found the time to do in high school. So once I got to college, after I think it was my first semester in college, summer 2018, I finally had the time for it. I decided let's just give it a shot. Looks like fun. I want to try it out. So I tried it, and then I instantly fell in love with it, made some really awesome friends on YouTube also. And then even when I got back to school in fall 2018, I continued it on weekends or afternoons after school, and I just fell in love with it wholeheartedly. And yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. Just wanted to try it, fell in love with it, and just kept it going. So yeah.
Kept it going. Started, and then so you were starting to build. And at what point? Because we're starting, our starting point here is 2,000 subscribers. So how long did it get from 0 to 2,000?
So the first 1,000, I got really lucky because I had a much bigger Instagram that had 20,000 followers, which has since unfortunately been hacked. I was a victim to those hack schemes. Initially, I used that Instagram to promote the YouTube channel, and that got me my first 1,000 or so subscribers in a matter of days. But that's kind of where I realized social media sharing will only get you so far, and it gets you initial boost, but you have to kind of keep it going after that. And it's that part that I kind of struggled with and didn't know what to do next. It's hey, I've used everybody I know in my life to get subscribers. What do I do now? And that's kind of where the rest of the year kind of didn't move very much. I gained maybe 1,000 in my next year, got from 1,000 to 2,000, and grew really, really slowly, just not knowing how to grow on YouTube, what was out there. I was completely unknown to things like SEO, the recommended page, suggested sections, SEO, and all that. So then once I decided to do YouTube full time was after I dropped out in fall 2019, I believe. Yes, fall 2019. Was it 20? I think it was. Yeah. So after I dropped out, I just fell in love with YouTube even more and decided this is my passion. This is what I love to do. I want to give this everything I've got. I want to make this a job one day. So that's when I kind of really got into researching the algorithm and search engine optimization, and TubeBuddy fell onto my radar. And then as I kind of learned what all this stuff is and how it all works, that's kind of when I really saw my channel take off and go from 2,000 to 10,000 between September 2019 to December 2019, and then just kind of grow on from there. So that's kind of how I made it my full-time thing.
And then it became a full-time thing. Okay, awesome. So then when did you see things really go just really blow up? From 2,000 to 36,000. Well, actually now over 40,000. So when did you start, really seeing things kind of skyrocket for your channel?
So I had one of those, like what you call blow ups on YouTube that everybody faces. Everybody says, I wish my videos would just take off. Mine did. I made a video in January 2020, the beginning of the new year, how I got 1,000 subscribers in a month, because I had gotten 1,000 in 1 month. I was super hyped about it, wanted to help other people do that. It was totally different from what I usually did on my channel, but figured, you know what, let's just do it. So I shared in that video what up to that point was my experience to get those 1,000. And initially it did well. It got like 2,000-3,000 views. And then like 4-5 months later, in like late April, early May, it totally popped off and got like 100,000 views in like a matter of days. And that's kind of when I woke up to like jumping from 15,000 to 30,000 subscribers in a matter of a month. And that video kept taking off, and then kind of like a domino, like that video took off, made other videos take off. And then that's kind of where things kind of escalated. And that was my takeoff point.
That was the takeoff point. Nice. That was a good way to start the year then, right? Good way to start.
Yeah.
Just have a video that blew up. That's awesome. Okay, so that took off. And so what are some of the other things that you're doing? Because there's some really cool things that, building a community on YouTube. I know that you're doing some daily lives. So what's that doing for your, tell us a little bit about how you're using live streams with your channel and with your community.
So I started live streaming like at the very, very beginning of my channel. There are some people that say all the time in live streams, like, I've been here since your first live stream, and they have, because I had something like 500, 1,000 subscribers my first live stream. It was a feature I wasn't really familiar with and decided like, oh, it looks cool, let's just try it. So I did a live stream, and I realized right away, this is a whole new way to talk to your audience, engage with your audience, because, they see your like 5-10 minute video. It's pre-filmed, pre-edited, pre-uploaded, and on live streams, they get to see you much more personally, engage with you live and talk to you. And that's when I kind of saw my close-knit community really kind of grow and get much closer. And when I started to grow that close-knit community is when I started to realize like, wow, people actually care about my videos now. So it kind of like ticked off something in my head that told me like, wow, live streams really benefit your channel. And then the more I did it, the more people joined, more people engaged with it. And then I kind of learned that live streams don't only reach your subscribers, but they can also get onto the recommended page and suggested sections and search rankings, just like normal videos. So I started to reach a bigger audience, and I kind of started to learn that with keywords, you can target external audiences. So one of my friends, Jennifer, runs a tarot channel, and she does live tarot readings on her live streams. And that's when I kind of learned like, oh, she's getting subscribers who don't know about her yet because they're reaching people looking for that content. So that's when I kind of learned like, wow, live streams are actually really powerful, and I should really start using this, and just got into it more.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I see you live almost every single day. And then in terms of like your community, I see like there's a lot of, guys, if you go over to Annie's Instagram account, go make sure you follow it. I'm going to put the link in the chat here, but there are so many people tagging you, and you're just so generous with resharing it. And then you get to see like, oh man, there's like Annie's world is so big, because there's like just people that are just so thankful to just say like, hey, Annie, thank you for this. Thank you for this. And I think a lot of them, from what I'm reading, they're getting the value from those live streams as well. That's where they're getting.
Yeah, my favorite part is like to see those like getting tagged in stories like, oh my God, my tips are actually helping people. Like it's not just me spewing random stuff in my videos. It's like, wow, people are actually getting value from them, actually like putting them into practice on their channels and seeing results. And it's so crazy to actually see that. And that's why I love sharing them, because it's like, wow, I'm actually doing something. So yeah. No, that's amazing. And then speaking of live streams, let me see here. We have Geekarella as well here from Twitter. Says, hey, came from Annie's live stream from earlier today. Hey. That's awesome. Good to see you guys. I see Amanda from Ready Set Autism Family is here. Ronald's here. Just Sampson is here. We got Birdie Lynn Jewelry is here as well. So really cool. Dante is here as well. Yeah, so many people. So guys, let us know, say hello, let us know where you guys are from, and also let us know what your content is about, what your channel is about. Let us know in the chat. And then also ask your questions. I do see some questions already coming in. So that's awesome. So first question, Annie, what made you choose the niche that you are in, from James Murphy on LinkedIn? So how did you decide that YouTube strategies, YouTube, is the space that you want to get into? So I kind of want to say that this happened kind of like 2 times. So I first made a video called Aesthetic Intro Templates when that was like super trendy, which is a key factor people should realize is to follow trends and do what's trending. So I made that video and that like out of nowhere got like 200, now I think almost 300,000 views. And that kind of like helped me to grow a little bit. And then as I made that video, at the time I was making like what people tend to call lifestyle videos. And I started getting more requests for more YouTube related videos. And at the time I wasn't really into it. I kind of wanted to focus on lifestyle content, see if I could grow in lifestyle content, and spoiler alert, I couldn't. So I kind of for a while did lifestyle videos until I realized that that wasn't going to help me grow, and YouTube related content is what people wanted to see. So I kind of like delayed until about that video blew up in April. And once that video blew up in April, then others of my YouTube related videos kind of took off. And I realized like, wow, this is what people want to see. This is what's going to work for me. So I kind of like got back into it. And the more I got into it and saw the community's reaction to it, got the views, got the engagement, the comments, that's when I started to realize like, whoa, maybe I actually do like this more than I did the first time. And I honestly don't know what it is that made it so different this time around, but now I love it. I can't see myself making any other content. I'm not even that passionate about lifestyle anymore. And this, I could just talk about 24/7 for the rest of my life. So I guess what made me choose it was partially seeing my community's reaction to it and partially just my own passion for YouTube. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. And you're definitely helping a lot of people. I think maybe that's part of it too, is that you're just seeing that there's like that, you know, that result, that direct result of the content you're putting out, and it's helping them and they're getting results from it. So it's amazing. Just Samson says, just found her channel last month. She's on fire. I think you meant to say binge watch, but that's awesome. Just Samson's awesome. I love that guy.
So cool.
Catherine Perry from LinkedIn is saying, loving your content, Annie. Thankful we connected. What's one thing you would say to a new YouTuber?
What is
one thing? The one thing.
That's so hard. One thing. I feel like it's maybe 2 things, but if there was one thing I had to pick, I would definitely tell people, learn what the YouTube algorithm is, how it works, and how to make it work for you. Because back when I first started, I didn't know what an algorithm was, let alone that YouTube had one or how it worked. And once I started to take apart my videos that did super well and realized it's the algorithm that did this for me, then it was like, oh, wow, this is really, really powerful. So once you learn how like search engine optimization works and how the algorithm picks videos for the recommended page, suggested sections, and all of that, that's when you can really, really start to grow. So that's like the one thing I would say, just like learn how that all works.
So understand the algorithms, basically understand the rules, and how YouTube actually shares your videos. Because I'm assuming at this point, your channel is getting tons of shares and recommended and suggested from YouTube directly. So you're not really, so do you promote your videos outside of YouTube?
Yeah, like I'll share it on my Instagram story when it comes up. I'm now starting to get more into creating actual Instagram posts. Now that I'm getting a lot more reach on Instagram, I want to create posts for that. I've also created 2 different Facebook groups where YouTubers can kind of like interact with each other, get their content out there, get advice from each other. And I've learned that external growth is very, very powerful, because when YouTube sees you bringing people from external sources onto YouTube, you're basically helping them with their #1 goal, which is keeping them on YouTube for as long as possible to make as much money as possible. So even though external growth isn't something you want to necessarily rely on for growth, it's a very powerful tool that can still help give that initial boost. So yeah,
initial boost. Got it. Sounds good. Awesome. So, okay, I'm just gonna write. There's a lot of questions here. So, Teresa, see you. Awesome. Love learning. Annie, I've learned a lot from watching your videos. You got Katja here. I got Natalia here as well. This is awesome. Okay, Ronald has a comment here. Annie's great at explaining and has a very natural way of communicating with her audience, which is great for our audience. I watch a lot of her videos and live streams. There you go. Awesome. You. Ronald, love Ronald, man. He's a good guy. Nice. Teresa saying hello from Texas. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just going through all of these. We got another Canadian. Awesome. Hey, Kelly, good to see you. Hey, what part of Canada? Let us know. Annie, what part of Canada are you in?
Montreal, born and raised.
Born and raised in Montreal. There you go. I'm on the other coast. Well, you're not on the coast, but I'm on the coast. I'm on the West Coast here. in Vancouver. We got Daniel's family's here, watched almost all of her videos. I love it. We got Dante from Toronto. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get to a question, I promise. I'm just kind of going through the comments each one. We got Rakisha from Jamaica. It's great. It's so good. Okay, so I did see a question here from Just Samson. Can you talk about upload frequency? When launching a new channel, should one launch with a handful, then get on a schedule, or question mark?
So I've definitely played with a whole ton of different upload schedules. I've pretty much tried it all. I've tried daily, every second day, twice a week, 3 times a week. Like, I've tried it all. Honestly, what I've learned that it comes down to is partly what your audience wants and partly what you can handle. So definitely if uploading daily is too much for your audience to handle and they prefer getting like 2 or 3 videos a week, or if you're currently uploading once a week and they would want to see more twice a week, then kind of listen to that, but also take care of yourself. Like for the last week, I did a week of uploads, uploading every single day, and that was way too much for me. So definitely listen to what your audience wants, but also like take care of yourself and don't put too much pressure on yourself. But definitely the more you upload, the more your videos get out there on YouTube, more chance you have of getting found. But I've also learned that while you want to upload frequently to get your videos out there, you also want to give your videos enough time to breathe. So uploading every day doesn't necessarily give yesterday's video enough time to breathe. So you want to kind of find a balance between staying consistent, which YouTube loves. You hear about consistency all the time, but also give your videos and yourself enough time to breathe, for sure. That's kind of where I sit on frequency.
That's great. That's great. And then how often are you live streaming? So I think that's, and then what do you do with the live streams after you live stream? Do you unlist it? Do you keep it up? Like, what's your strategy with live streams?
So I try to go live every day, but sometimes I have like so much going on and so many projects that I just can't. Like for the last few days, I haven't been live, and I want to say 3 or 4 days, which isn't something I usually do. I tend to go live a lot more often than that, but life gets in the way sometimes. But as far as my strategy, honestly, my live streams aren't very much designed for growth, more just like interacting with subscribers, getting that kind of bond relationship. I know some people who want to save their live streams to get their watch hours because it's a great way to get more watch hours. I don't tend to keep mine just because I find it kind of like messes with the aesthetic, if you will, of my channel. And also it's not something I do again for growth. It's more just talking to people. So there's no real value in my live streams. It's kind of just there to like talk to people. So I don't really think twice about keeping live streams, just kind of like delete them when I'm done. But other people, definitely if you're chasing after watch time, live streams are a great way to get more watch time, 100%.
So live streams good for watch time. Okay, sounds good. Next question is, how do you come up with the topics that you are creating natively uploaded videos for?
So like, how do I find video ideas basically?
Yeah, video ideas and video topics. How do you decide which ones? Because I'm assuming you've got so many people, suggesting like, hey, make a video on this, make a video on this. So yeah, how do you come up with those ones?
So definitely the biggest source of ideas is definitely asking my subscribers on the community tab or on my Instagram story, like, hey, what do you guys want to see? And a lot of the times I get like 300, 200 comments and enough ideas to last me like months on end of ideas. That's definitely one stream that I get a lot of ideas from. Also, just putting myself in the shoes of beginner YouTubers back when I first started, like what could I have benefited from knowing about? What do I want beginner YouTubers to know about? That helps me a lot to find ideas. Also, as I said in my video on finding content ideas, Pinterest is a wealth of knowledge. You literally just input what your content is about, vegan eating or YouTube advice or DIY, whatever your thing is, and you will find so many content ideas. It's insane. I often call it my method of how I got 50 video ideas in 1 hour, which like boggles the mind, but that's honestly how powerful Pinterest really is. So that's pretty much where I get my ideas from.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's probably also gives you a lot of sort of ideas and inspiration for thumbnails and titles.
Exactly.
From Pinterest directly. So that's great. That's great. There you go. I got Rich here, Rich Benares. I've seen a lot of my, I set a lot of my live streams unlisted for the aesthetics. Yeah, so I think a lot of people do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so James Murphy from LinkedIn asking again, how long have you been on YouTube?
So I started.
I'm going to answer this, but yeah.
June 2018. So it's been 2 years. It was 2 years last month.
Awesome. There you go, James. 2 years. Teresa Sweat is asking, do you recommend writing a script, bullet points to help out when you're recording your videos?
So yeah, I've often said before on my videos that having a video outline is like my make it or break it tool. I used to spend something like, I don't know, 2-3 hours filming, then like 2-3 days editing. And since having a script and my videos outlined, not only does it cut my filming time in half, but it keeps me on track, makes sure that I don't forget anything I want to say, makes sure that I'm keeping value and keeping out things that people don't necessarily need or want to hear. Because you have to remember who you're making videos for. If you're making videos for your audience, you want to keep them from nodding off or getting bored. And one tool I've learned for that is watch your own video. And if you can't sit through it, they can't either. So by having a script, I keep things organized, structured, on point, interesting all the way through. And that has helped boost my retention like crazy. So definitely scripts, outlines, plans are like make it or break it for my channel for sure.
I love it. Yeah, I think it's really important to have, yeah, exactly. Like maybe not a script if you're not a script person, but at least bullet points so you don't miss some of the things that you want to say, especially if you're talking about technical things, right? Like if you're talking about algorithms and things like that on YouTube or some other sort of like, software and that sort of thing. So yeah, very good answer. Javon McLean is from Southern Ontario. Awesome. Another Canadian. And I swear, we're not just giving shout outs to Canadians today. We've got somebody here from Brisbane as well. So
yes,
there you go. Very good. Pompey Day is here. Finally, I'm here. It's all good, not too late. So if you guys have any questions, again, we're talking to Annie Dubé today. Annie has absolutely killed it on YouTube over the last couple of years, gone from really 0 to 2,000 to really blowing up to now over 40,000. Annie, you're doing a contest. Is that still going on right now? You're doing a contest. So we're still going to be answering questions. But Annie, tell us a little bit about your contest and invite a few people to join you over there and sign up for the contest.
Yeah, so initially that was supposed to be my 30,000 subscriber giveaway, but then y'all just killed it and got me to over 40,000. So it became my 40,000 giveaway. So I actually teamed up with TubeBuddy and we're giving away 2 free 3-month legend licenses for TubeBuddy. Since it's like the tool that I talk about all the time that like made my channel, got it to where it is. You guys see on my Instagram story how many people like from my community that benefit from TubeBuddy. So I want to give people who can't necessarily afford it or make that investment the chance to benefit from it. So yeah, I'm giving away 2 free licenses. I'm picking my winner on July 29th. So you have between now and July 29th to enter. I'm picking 1 winner from Instagram and 1 from YouTube. So I have a Instagram post for the giveaway and a YouTube video for the giveaway. All rules and everything are explained on both posts. But yeah, that's currently what I'm running to give back to my fam.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. So yeah, guys, it's happening. Where do people, I've shared the link to this post on Instagram. Is that the place for them to go?
Yeah, there's Instagram and YouTube. So my video was called Keyword Research with TubeBuddy something TubeBuddy giveaway. So TubeBuddy's like in the title.
This one right here, the latest one, right? Okay, awesome. Okay.
So yeah, there's a video portion and an Instagram portion. So
as well. Okay, so I'll put that. I'm gonna put that here in the chat, and then you guys can go and go sign up for that contest. That's awesome. Yeah, and give Annie some love there on Instagram and on YouTube as well. Awesome. Okay, we've got some more questions here. We're just gonna kind of just go right through these. So keep putting your questions in the chat, guys. If you guys have any questions about what Annie's doing with live streams, with her channel, algorithms, with her community, anything like that. Also, Annie, I do want to talk to you a little bit about sort of like the behind the scenes of your channel, like monetizing your channel, and the business around behind the curtains of what you're doing on your content on YouTube. So if you guys have any questions about any of those things, drop them in the chat here. So okay, Pompey Day. So did you invest into costly equipment when you started on YouTube?
So I was kind of fortunate in the way that I was into photography long before YouTube. So I already had my DSLR, my tripod, my MacBook I had for school. So I had my editor at my disposal. Then I kind of like upgraded into more specific things like a better quality lens. My audio was shot. I got comments all the time saying like, love your videos, but your audio is like deafening. So I upgraded to the Blue Yeti, same as you have, which is like killer for audio. So yeah, I think as far as upgrading equipment for me was kind of the more like detailed things. Yeah, I definitely don't think you need to upgrade heavily into equipment when you're first starting out. As I said before, I think you can get great quality on the back of an iPhone or even an Android. And where it's more important to upgrade is in things like lighting and audio that make or break your video. So yeah, definitely you want to do some research to figure out what's going to actually benefit you and what's more vanity that people don't notice too much. You want to be smart with how you're getting stuff and equipment.
Yeah, because they do cost. They do cost money, So if you had the choice, would you if you only had you can only afford one thing, either a new camera or a new microphone, which one would you go for?
I'd go for the microphone.
Or lights.
Or lights. I'd say out of the three, probably lights first, because light is like the most noticeable thing, and iPhones have a pretty decent microphone anyway. So I'd say lighting first, then mic, then camera, because lighting and audio, like I said, will make or break your video. And then visual, people can't really tell from watching your video what you're filming on. So I could be using an iPhone for all you know, but with the lighting, you're going to notice right away whether or not I have good quality. So light and audio first, then cameras, for sure.
There you go. Awesome. Okay, Anita is asking, how long did it take you to understand and learn how to trick the algorithm and get recommended? I've been trying to slowly learn, but there are so many things to know. Very true. What would you say is the most important thing to learn for growth on YouTube? So
as far as how long it took me, I would say that like I said before, I first got into researching and all that in early fall 2019. So probably about a month or two to really start putting it into practice. Pretty much just studying off of Pinterest and Google, literally just searching up things like, what is the YouTube algorithm? How does it work? If you want to check it out, I have a video I've made on how the algorithm works, but honestly, it took me about a month or two to research and learn about click-through rates and retention and engagement. And of course, the algorithm is always changing. So what I mostly learned, that was the biggest turning point for my research, was that in 2012, the algorithm got a massive upgrade and facelift. So back in 2011, everything was based off of views. So if you had 1 million views, you totally got suggested way more than somebody with 200, 300 views. But then YouTube started to realize that views don't necessarily measure enjoyment. So they focused more on things like retention, engagement, how long are people watching your video for, how much are they engaging with it. The more I got those things on my channel, the longer people watched my videos for, the more comments and likes I got. That's when I saw my videos start to take off and prove everything I had researched. So that's what I kind of preach in my videos to my subscribers is don't focus on subscribers. Don't think about your views. Think about the quality of your content. Can you get people watching your videos for how long? Get them to engage. That's what's going to make YouTube push out your content. And that's what's ultimately the most powerful thing on YouTube. So that's kind of where my research came in.
Yeah, great answer, Anita. Hopefully that helps. One thing to note, guys, when I do these interviews with different YouTube experts and really experts in their space, one of the things that really stands out to me every single time is that they're always students of that platform. So Annie, you can tell that Annie is really understanding YouTube and understanding what does YouTube want, because you're playing on YouTube space, right? And so what does YouTube want from you as a content creator? They want engagement. They want people to watch longer. And so that's what Annie's paying attention to. So really good answer. I love that. Okay, Ashley. Ashley Foy Tervord asks, beside Facebook groups, how well should I promote my channel to the target audience? So, I think this is kind of piggybacking what you just said there, that it's not about just getting somebody to click into your channel, into your views, into your videos. They need to watch the entire thing. So what's your thoughts there?
So like I've often said, where search engine optimization is concerned, that is the best chance for a small YouTuber to grow, because that's where you can really get discovery from people who don't already know about you, which is why I've often said it's so important to know your niche, know your audience, know what they're looking for. Because if somebody is looking for a vegan birthday cake recipe for their vegan daughter's birthday, they're going to go looking for it on YouTube. And if your content gives them an answer to what they're looking for, then you get the view and a potential subscriber if the rest of your content interests them. So by knowing what my audience is looking for as a small YouTuber, I can tap into what they're searching up. I can use TubeBuddy to figure out what they're searching up. And then that kind of promotes my videos by getting them out of the people looking for them. So definitely for promotion, it's not going to happen the second you upload your video, but days, weeks, and months into having your videos ranked in search, you're going to reach people looking for those things and then tap into what they're looking for and turn searchers into viewers into subscribers. So that's why optimization and search engine optimization, SEO, is so important as a small YouTuber, because it is the #1 chance anybody who's beginning on YouTube has a chance to really grow.
Nice. Awesome. Very good answer. Katya is wondering, are you under the same name on Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
So I've actually been pretty open on live streams when being asked about it that I'm not into Twitter at all. I was on Twitter for a few weeks, but I realized that of all the socials out there, it's probably the most racist and sexist platform out there, and I wasn't looking for that type of toxicity. So I focused on YouTube and Instagram and found it much easier to focus on people looking for positivity, because I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but Twitter seems to be the one place people go to complain about politics and things I don't want to get into. So yeah, I avoid Twitter at all costs. There's nothing to get into.
No, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, and it's also very smart to just focus on like just even 2 channels. So YouTube plus one other channel, which is for you, Instagram. You're focusing everything on Instagram. That's where you're building and not spreading yourself too thin. No. So you can find, you can find Annie on Instagram. There you go. So Annie, the handle is Anne-Marie Dubé on Instagram. So there you go. Okay, we got a question from Violet Rainwater. Good to see you, Violet. Question, I'm a brand new YouTuber. I'm curious how to drive traffic from Instagram. Do I upload a short clip into stories or the entire video? Mine usually are between 10 to 15 minutes long. Thank you. Really good question. Yeah, what's your approach on Instagram? You said that you were doing some different things now with some longer form videos on Instagram as well. So yeah, tell us about Instagram.
Definitely your first thing you want to do is stick your link in your bio. That way anybody who finds your profile knows you have a channel. I can find it there. As far as if you're actually uploading your videos, I definitely suggest if you are going to post videos, no more than like a little teaser about it. Because if they can find your entire video on Instagram, there's no point going to YouTube. And you can use teasers to your advantage, because then it kind of gets them like wanting more and going to find your videos on YouTube. So I use my Instagram stories to say like, hey, if you ever wanted to know this or whatever, just made this video, go check it out. I also do that in my posts. The other thing that people don't tend to know about Instagram is that there is a massive small YouTuber community on Instagram. So using hashtags like small YouTuber community, stuff like that, if you tag your posts with those hashtags, you're going to get discovery from those tags. And again, Instagram, just like YouTube, is so engagement based. So if you get a ton of engagement on your Instagram posts, like likes, comments, shares, whatever, then you have a chance to rank on the top page of those hashtags, which is what I've done. So when people go onto the small YouTuber hashtags or whatever, they find my posts, which brings them onto my profile and potentially subscribing to my channel. So definitely tapping into the hashtags, posting on your story, making sure your link is readily available. Those are all things that will really help to drive traffic from Instagram onto YouTube. You basically want to make as many people aware as possible that your channel exists and can help them if they're looking for your type of content. For sure.
There you go. There you go. So, teasers on Instagram, put your links in the bio, and really just push to it. Use hashtags. Very smart. So, Violet, hopefully that gives you some ideas. Good to see you, by the way. Really cool. Awesome. Okay, we've got another question here. I'm just gonna keep on going, guys. So keep dropping your questions in the chat. All right. We've got Judah Ramon here from Facebook. He's saying, how long do you spend using keyword research for one video before you post it?
So that definitely depends on luck. If I can land on a 100 out of 100 keyword on the first try, then yay. Most of the time that doesn't happen. 9 times out of 10, I start with like a raw idea where I post in like my video idea as a whole. So if my video is about like how to grow on YouTube, I'm going to search up on TubeBuddy, how to grow on YouTube, then just look at what they give me in the way of suggestions and all of that, and just keep picking all their suggestions and rewording my titles until I land on the one that gives me the best score possible as far as search and competition goes. And thankfully, once I have my main idea and the keyword I'm mostly targeting the video around, finding my other tags isn't too hard. Thanks again to TubeBuddy for the recommended tag section in your uploads. It tells you right away what tags are related to your video. The score is very important. If you have a more red, orange score, not the best. A more like bright, dark green tag, much better. So I pretty much spend, I want to say maybe like 10, 20 minutes finding my target keyword. And then as far as my other keywords, I mostly just go off of the recommendations. So yeah, that's basically my keyword process, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, also to add to that, like for us, I know that we spend quite a fair bit of time with keywords research, more and more, to be honest. Like sometimes, and I talk to a lot of YouTube creators, a lot of them will spend a lot of time in Keyword Explorer, probably almost as much as like the time that they spend filming their videos, because it is that important. You know, they want to be found, you know, especially if you're creating content that you want to be like searchable. And so so it just saves you so much, because like if you spend a bunch of time filming your videos but not enough time really getting that really good keyword that is an opportunity for you, all that time that you spend filming, editing, uploading, optimizing your videos really goes nowhere, right? Because your video doesn't get much traction. So great answer. Okay, Nancy is asking, I've optimized my video up to the best of my knowledge. I still don't get ranked or show up on my suggested feed. I use TubeBuddy for keywords and tags, but still, any tips?
Sure. So this probably has to be one of the most common questions I get. Like, I've got TubeBuddy, I'm even paying for it, I've got the best keyword I can, but I'm not ranking. Why? So what a lot of people don't realize is that finding your keyword and optimizing your videos is half the dance. So to have a dance work, you need two partners. So TubeBuddy and finding your keyword and optimizing videos is one partner. The other side of things is, again, the algorithm for ranking videos on YouTube. So again, in 2012, YouTube ditched the idea of ranking based on views, and now it's based on how your audience reacts to your video. So videos in YouTube search, if you've ever seen, have totally different view counts. So somebody with 1 million views is ranked under somebody with 9,000 views or 300 views, because it's based on retention and engagement again. So if, let's say, your video has 300 views and somebody else has 1 million views, if your ratio of views to engagement and retention is better than somebody with 1 million views, you're going to rank higher. So finding your best keyword is amazing and your best chance at ranking, but you still need the other half of the equation. You need your audience to engage with you, watch your video, and get a good retention, because again, your retention is what tells YouTube, hey, people love this video, or hey, they're not loving it so much. So you'll notice by looking at your analytics, if your retention is like under 10%, it doesn't do the best. Your videos with the most views probably have a really good retention. So if you're not ranking, definitely look at your retention rates, your engagement, and do what you can to get that up, because that's what's ultimately going to help you to push your video out and tell YouTube, hey, people love this video, give it to more people. So that's what I would suggest if you're not ranking.
I love it, man. That's so good. Guys, this is just a masterclass of algorithms and strategy on YouTube. So guys, take this opportunity to ask your questions. There's some really good questions here. So I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so let's see here. Sorry, guys. Got Rich Veneris here again. Got Dean Reynolds. Dean Reynolds, good to see you here. Colin Weston is here as well from LinkedIn Live. Ashley Boy Tervort is asking, is there any way to get a channel review by Annie or TubeBuddy? Annie, okay, maybe this is a good segue. Annie, what are the services and sort of like, what are the behind the scenes things? Do you provide consulting, coaching? Do you provide channel reviews? Anything like that? What's the things behind the scenes?
So that isn't really something I've been tapping into yet, because at one point I used to do not really channel reviews, but if somebody needed help with like finding better keywords or optimizing videos, that was something I would like sit down and do with somebody for 30 minutes or something. And then it started to get to a point where I would get like 300-400 requests a week, and I would love to help that many people, and it would give me lots of money to turn that into a service, but then I'd have no time for my channel, which is what people came to me for in the first place, which is why I try to do as many live streams as possible and answer DMs to answer questions or concerns people have, to kind of like try to get them onto the right path. But unfortunately, it's not something I really have the time to do right now. So it's not something I'm currently offering. But if ever somebody needs help with something or has a specific question, I'm here any time of the day to answer DMs, reply to comments, answer on live streams, and that kind of stuff.
I love it. That's good. Ashley, and then on the TubeBuddy side, we don't necessarily do channel reviews. We do once a month. Me and Andrew will do a TubeBuddy 101 on our channel, which is straight up just like channel reviews for 2 hours. And so you submit your channel and we go through it, we give you feedback. So that is one way. If you want to reach out to our team, we do have partners that do channel reviews and do sort of like coaching and consulting. So if you want some recommendations for that, just email us, support@tubebuddy.com. We're happy to help you. But yeah, Annie is just, if you connect with Annie, you'll see her social is just, her Instagram stories are just full of people just asking questions, and she's just answering them. So it's awesome. Okay. All right, let's see. Katie's asking, is the weighted or unweighted keyword score more important, or is there any difference?
So definitely, weighted versus unweighted. The weighted is definitely what you want. The unweighted is kind of like an average. So like if anybody searches up a weighted score on TubeBuddy, it's kind of like this is the chance anybody has of ranking. And then unweighted kind of looks at your engagement, your retention rates, the specific analytics of your channel, and says based on how people engage with your videos and your channel, this is the search volume you have, this is the competition you have. So competition is basically going to be based off of what chance you have versus what somebody else has. So if like you have a whole ton of people ahead of you that have a much better chance to rank than you do, then you're going to have a much higher competition. But if it's something like grow on YouTube, that's my topic, which is going to give me a better chance to rank. And one other thing that's really good to keep in mind is that YouTube loves to assign people like experts of their topics or whatever. So there was a time when ranking for grow on YouTube, I'd have no chance because the search and competition was insane. But because YouTube sees my content, knows my content, and regards me as somebody who makes just this content, I kind of like own that topic, if you will. So that gives me a much better chance to rank. But on the grand scheme of things, you definitely want to focus on weighted because that's more specific to you.
Got it. There you go. Yeah. So that's exactly how I would answer it. So Annie knows TubeBuddy really well. So yeah. So if you are, I would really focus on weighted, so then it tells you exactly what your results are for this channel, or what your chances are for ranking for this, for specifically for your channel, taking into account your videos, your content, your stats. So very good. Adrian, good to see you. Good morning. Waking up, I guess. Good morning, Adrian. Good to see you here. Awesome. Jeremy Tan from Facebook. Finding a niche in your channel is easier said than done. Any advice, any tips on that? Really having a hard time doing it. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's a big question. Finding your niche. Yeah. And do you go, how deep do you go into a specific topic or content, subject? How wide do you go to kind of keep yourself open to talking about other things?
Good question.
What's your advice there?
I definitely suggest before you do any type of digging into a niche or like niching down, as people say, you definitely want to identify your passion. The best question to ask yourself is, what is something I could talk about 24/7 for the rest of my life if I knew somebody would always be available to listen to me? For me, that's YouTube. I could talk about that 24/7. My best friend makes vegan recipes and sustainable living videos because that's her passion. So I think definitely a starting point is to ask yourself, what's something I will never run out of video ideas for, that I could talk about forever, that I love talking about, because that's ultimately what keeps you motivated to film and make videos, is how passionate you are about what you're making videos on or talking about. Then you also kind of want to size up what are other people talking about in this same niche. Because if you take lifestyle, for example, probably the most oversaturated niche out there, there's like a million lifestyle channels and they all kind of make the same videos. So people like Lavender or Michelle B, who focused on intentional living, or Natalie Bennett, who's focused on motherhood lifestyle. You have something more specific that not everybody else is doing. So you kind of want to figure out your passions and then things not everybody else is doing. And then also how deep you want to go into. If we're talking about YouTube advice, for me, I could have taken the route of making money on YouTube, SEO on YouTube, advice on YouTube, the algorithm, but I decided to keep it at just YouTube advice so that I could have many different places and routes to go, rather than focusing on one very broken down, very specific thing that's going to box me in and keep me from doing other things. So you definitely want to find your niche and find a topic to give to your channel, but not break it down so far that you feel like you've put yourself in a box and there's no way out of it. You still want to diversify your content, touch many different bases, reach different types of people. So yeah, that definitely niche down, but don't go too far down. There's like that spectrum, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's a really good answer. Just to let everyone know, there's a question from Malia in the making. She's wondering if there's going to be a replay. So yes, there will be a replay on really any of the platforms that you guys are watching it on, whether it's on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. There's going to be a replay for this. So yeah. So don't feel like you're missing out if you're just starting and you're just jumping in here now. There's going to be a replay. To follow up on the question about the niche, is it okay to not have a niche? So what I would say to that is that if you're just on YouTube to have fun and, kind of share and talk about your hobby or something you enjoy, or, just keeping a vlog for your own sake of like memories and things like that, then you don't have to have a niche. Just have fun. Just like upload content. But if you're looking to grow, like if you're looking to turn into a business and grow and have YouTube suggest your videos, recommend your videos, then you do have to have a niche. You do have to have something that YouTube needs to know you for something, right? So that they can recommend you to other people that may be interested in your videos, strangers that are maybe interested in your content. So your thoughts on that, Annie? Is there any reason not to have a niche? Is it okay to have a niche? Not have a niche?
Yeah, you literally said it word for word like I did just a few weeks ago. I said word for word, if you're doing it for fun, if it's just like a pastime, a creative outlet, don't worry about niches. You're just doing it to express yourself and be creative and just have fun with it. But definitely if you plan to monetize it, get sponsors, do affiliate marketing, you want to actually grow an audience. I have been faced back when I did lifestyle videos, having people comment like, love your personality, love your videos, but I don't know what I'm subscribing to, which is so true. When people are watching your videos and loving them, they ask themselves like, am I going to get more of this content? When am I going to get it? If they look at your channel and you have a cooking video and then a video about like what's in my closet and then like a what's on my phone and like a day in my life, it's like, what are you making videos about? Whereas if you go on to TubeBuddy's channel, all the videos are on how to use TubeBuddy. That's very specific. You know what you're getting out of it. So I think definitely, like you said, if you're doing it for fun, niches, don't even think about it. If you're taking it seriously, turn it into a job or a business, then they are very important. Very, very.
Yep. Very good. Very good. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I'm going to share my screen here because the next question here is asking, I did see it here. Judah, there we go. Judah, what does green with a low number on tags mean? I saw your live video today and you had green with numbers closer to 100. So maybe this is to answer the question. This is one of the videos that blew up to help you kind of blow up here. This is from January. And so maybe what I'm assuming, and Annie, tell me if this is maybe not what you read the question to be, but these numbers here, with the tags with the green numbers. So that's what you're ranking. So Annie for this tag is ranking number 5. Annie for this tag is ranking for number 11 in the search results. Yeah. So Judah, let me know if that's the question that you're asking. But yeah, it just shows your rank for your keywords, for your tags. Okay, so let's see here. On that same note, what does it mean when optimization and competition is on red?
We don't like red.
Yeah, we don't like red. We don't like red.
So when your competition is red, it's basically telling you you have a lot of competition. You have a very low chance of ranking for this because there's a lot of videos out there. And one thing that's very helpful also when you look at competition is a lot of keywords on TubeBuddy. You'll have like number of videos, whatever, in competition to you. So it'll say like there are 50 million videos currently ranking for this keyword, which basically tells you like, oh, I have 50 million videos to compete with to try to rank for. Whereas, like I said before, if you break down your keyword from get subscribers to get subscribers on YouTube in 2020, much more broken down, specific, more detailed searches that are still very searchable but have much less competition, that you have a much better chance to rank for. So in all terms, like if you want competition, your search volume, you want it as green as possible in your TubeBuddy. That's your main goal. Green, green, green.
Yeah, green, green, green. Yeah. Exactly. You said it. You said it. Perfect. Dean Reynolds, this is a serious comment here. I really lack engagement on my channel. Sometimes I feel like I don't belong on YouTube. I wanted to, but this is not a question, but this is, I love Dean. I know Dean really well. Great guy, shares a lot of content, does live streams in the music space, right? So basically Dean kind of helps artists and creatives build on YouTube, on social, build, email list and all those things. And so there's definitely space for you. It's not like you don't belong. I think it's, I felt this as well when I was starting out. Even now, it's still a small channel. Sometimes you're like, some days you're like, your videos aren't getting sort of the traction it's looking for. And so don't get disappointed. Don't get down on yourself. I think you just the people are there. It's just a matter of time for them to discover you and find you and sort of like build your tribe. So what's your thoughts on that? Because I'm sure that comes up a lot in your live streams, Penny. Like people are like, I'm kind of like, I don't want to be on YouTube anymore. It's hard to find my people there.
I get DMs like that all the time. Like, I love YouTube, it's my passion, but I'm just not getting the engagement. Am I ever going to grow? I think for me, live streams were definitely that turning point where building a relationship with my subscribers made them feel like I cared about them. And like, basically, why should they care about me if I don't care about them? That was kind of like the turning point. I've also always said that when you have valuable videos and you're giving videos that are helping people and giving people an answer to what they're looking for, and you're basically giving more than you're asking for, then people tend to be really, really engaged. Also, doing things that kind of like give back to your subscribers, I guess. So like I've begun to do like shout outs in my videos and mentions in my videos, answering DMs, encouraging people to message me if ever they need help or like email me or whatever, kind of just like making myself feel like a friend rather than some random person on screen kind of makes me feel more reachable to them. I've seen so many channels where people get like 500 comments and don't reply to a single one of them. And then it gets to a point where it's like, why should I stay active on your channel if you're not going to even give me the time of day and answer me? Which is why I make it an effort to spend an hour on every one of my videos answering comments, because you want to make your audience feel like you care. Like they're not just a number to you, they're people to you. So that's kind of what was my turning point. That really made me more engaged.
Love that. Love that. Good advice. Yeah, really show that you care. I know that Dean does. So yeah, Dean, just keep at it. And I think also having a community around you of other creators that you can lean on, when you're like, man, things aren't going so well, my channel's this, and, what can you guys, help me with kind of thing, what advice do you have? I think because sometimes it can be lonely, as a creator, let's be real, right? As a creator, you're usually like creating on your own and kind of talking to a camera. And so even the live streams, I think, is a big part of still feeling connected, right? Doing the live streams that you do, you're like, oh, there's people out there, I can put a face to the names and the messages in the comments. So very good, very good. Adrian says, congratulations as well, Annie, on reaching the amazing milestone. Awesome. Are you on Twitch? There's a question here from Gabrielle.
I've never tried Twitch. I don't even know how it works.
Yeah, me neither. I can't really speak on this. Yeah, I can't really speak on Twitch, but Gabriella, if you're curious about Twitch, there's a lady, I'll put the link in the chat here on Facebook later, but Eileen Smith, she's on Twitch. She's on Facebook and, YouTube and Twitch. There's a lot of other, I know Creator Fundamentals is another channel that you want to look up. And he's on Twitch as well, both YouTube and Twitch. Okay, here's a good one to kind of start as we start wrapping things up. How do you keep your motivation up as a creator?
Yeah, I get this one daily on live streams, especially. Like, how do you stay motivated? What do you do when those numbers stop going up? Like, I get that daily. I think my motivation personally, why I always say I have trouble answering this, is because I stay motivated by my passion for it. Like, it's my favorite thing to do. I will spend 24 hours, 7 days a week doing it because I love it so much. And also I'm driven by the response I get on my videos. So definitely looking at more like personal things rather than numbers. If you judge your motivation based on your numbers going up or down, you're basically basing your motivation off of materialistic things that just don't matter. Because I could look at my channel as like, wow, I have 40,000 subscribers. That's a really big number. Or I could say, wow, I have 40,000 people who loved my content so much that they subscribed to me and actually watch my videos. The people mean way more to me than the number. So definitely basing your motivation on things that matter, like engagement and building that relationship with your subscribers, and like focusing on having fun and enjoying it. Those are things that make you want to get up in the morning and film a video. But if you're so focused on your sub count, like, oh my God, my video only got 100 views when it usually gets 200, then yeah, you're going to totally demotivate yourself because you're focused on the wrong things. So definitely just like putting your focus on the positive things will make you feel more positive.
Yeah. There you go. So Shakina, thank you. Thank you for that question. That's awesome. Okay, Marv's, I know your stance on this. So Marv's basically asking, sub for sub. What do you do with sub for sub, guys? Come on.
Here we go. This is the trigger word. We all know. Everybody.
This is the trigger word, guys.
Trigger word. So if you look at my channel, I actually made a video about 5 days ago on how sub for sub and exchanges and all that will literally get your channel taken down. especially that there is now this pandemic of its own on YouTube called the small YouTuber support videos, where literally people just make these videos so that people can go into the comments and sub for sub. What people totally lose sight of is like, yes, sub for sub is going to get me 100 subscribers a day. It's going to get me loads of watch hours if I do exchanges with people, for sure. It'll make your numbers go up. Here's the thing though. Those people are not going to stick around. So one day you're going to wind up with 1,000 subscribers and then come back asking yourself, why do I have 1,000 subscribers but my video got 6 views? Because those people don't care about your content. They sub to you to use you as a means to an end, to get you to sub back to them. So it's in their mind, if I sub to you, you sub to me, both of our numbers go up. That's the end of our communication. We're done after that, which results in many different things. Number one day your video pops into their sub box. They realize, I don't even want your content, and unsubscribe. Therefore, your efforts are gone. The other very important thing is that it's against YouTube's terms of service. So if you get caught doing sub for sub, if somebody reports you to YouTube, reports your comment to YouTube, you can have your channel terminated, which means all that time spent doing sub for sub goes out the window. And finally, monetization. YouTube takes a hardcore look at the value of your subs and your views and watch time when you try to apply for monetization. They can know, and they will know, if you bought your subscribers, did sub for sub, or anything inorganic. They will know, and you will get turned down. It has happened. If you go through the comments of my video, people commented like, yeah, this happened to my friend's channel, happened to my old channel. It's a thing. It's gonna happen to you. So if you want to grow on YouTube, you gotta do it properly. Cutting corners will not get you there. It's going to prolong the process. It's gonna get you closer to getting your channel taken down. It's not a good thing to do. So take the time to learn how to grow properly and don't cut corners, because YouTube will know if you cut corners. So that's my advice. Don't do it.
That's right. Don't do it. YouTube knows everything, and don't cut corners. So there we go. I know Rich Benares is a good friend of mine. This is something we talk about all the time. Sub for sub, please do not do it. The ultimate trigger word, for sure.
I love it.
Awesome. Annie, I asked you for half an hour for your time this morning. We were like at an hour almost.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on all the success. Super excited to see even like a year from now where you stand and where your channel is and where your business is and everything. And so super happy for you. Again, where can people connect with you, invite them to all the things that you're doing?
Instagram and YouTube are the best place if you want to stay up to date with my content. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Currently uploading 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. New videos all the time. If you want to stay connected more personally, follow me on Instagram. I reply to every single DM as long as it's not give me a shout out or sub to me. I love talking to you guys and staying more connected. That's also where I ask you guys for video ideas to participate in my videos. If you want to see a more personal side to my life, that's a good place too. And I'm starting to add more, more deluxe content, I guess, on my Instagram that you don't necessarily see on my YouTube channel. So yeah, just stay up to date on both those platforms. That is the best way to find me.
I love it. Awesome. And so, and Annie has a contest happening right now. So if you go to her most recent video, it says giveaway with the TubeBuddy logo on it on YouTube. And then also this one right here where her holding the phone on Instagram. That is, you can see all the details on the contest that she's putting out there. So awesome. And also guys, quick shout out to invite you guys to, there's a lot of questions about algorithms and TubeBuddy and, you know, red numbers, green numbers and stuff like that. So I invite you guys to join me and Andrew every Tuesday morning our time here on the West Coast, but could be anytime, afternoon, evening, your time. It's called TubeBuddy 101. So it's a live training that me and Andrew do. We go through some of the basics of TubeBuddy, totally free. It's not a sales pitch, not a webinar, it's a training. And then we do Q&A as well. So come and join us there if you guys want to dig deeper into TubeBuddy. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. It's been awesome.
That
Annie,
was awesome.
Always good to talk to you and everybody live. Thank you so much. And we will talk to you guys on Friday. We're going to be talking about TikTok with a whole panel of TikTok experts. Are you on TikTok, Annie?
I haven't tried it yet, no.
There you go. Not yet. Awesome. Okay, guys, we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.